And hello, everybody. I'm Toby Shifsky. I'm the Executive Director of Kaplan Real Estate Education, and you are at our Real Expert webinar, which is where we get to share these fantastic experts that we deal with, either as instructors or subject matter experts, or really just industry leaders, thought leaders in what they do. And today we have a return guest who is by demand, by the way, Julie Olson. Julie, thank you for being here today.
Sure.
Yeah, look at that. She's so meek and mild, but she's a powerhouse. Let me tell you, for those of you who haven't been in a session with Julie before, if you haven't been in a career mentor session with her, or a real estate accelerator session, or a licensing session, you should know a little bit more about Julie. Let me introduce her legitimately. So Julie has been licensed for over 35 years. She swears she got licensed when she was 12.
Yeah.
Julie is a Minnesota real estate broker. She owns a limited function referral organization, LFRO. You can message her to ask her what that's all about.
Yeah.
Interesting business. Listing and selling real estate for a living. So experienced as a sales manager, Julie's consulted over 40 brokerages and has coached hundreds of agents. Additionally, she has managed one of the largest branch offices in the city for 5 years, averaged 4,500 transactions yearly out of that branch office. Plus, she's managed and successfully built over a dozen different offices. So it is no question that Julie understands real estate. She understands brokerage. She understands the management. She understands, what it really takes to be good in this business. And the cool thing is Julie's work at Kaplan with us includes professional development via our accelerator seminar and coaching program. If you don't know what that is and you're still sitting in real estate licensing, you should look it up. It's on our website, but it's a real estate accelerator program. It gets you off the ground. It talks about many of the things that we talk about today, and can help launch your career. So she also does continuing education instruction, broker licensing education. So once you're licensed and you're ready to upgrade to that next level, Julie does that in Minnesota, pre-licensing education. And then once again, she heads up our career mentor webinars. And Julie, where she comes and she shares her extensive knowledge and passion for real estate generously with both new and experienced professionals. So this is going to be a fun session. I could go on and on with a bio for you, Julie, just to let you know, you are one of our trusted partners at Kaplan, and we appreciate you.
If you get old enough, you have a lot of experience.
I'm starting to feel that too. So everybody, here we go. Today's topic, accelerate your career by creating a marketing plan. So, we tell everybody when you get into the business, Julie, you got to have a business plan, right? You got to know who you are in the marketplace, right? And you got to have a marketing plan. Marketing plan says, how are you going to reach people? What's that message going to be? Do you know the right places to go? Are you spending your money in the right spot? Do you need to spend money on marketing? Mm-hmm. Maybe it's just time. We're going to talk about those bits and those pieces today, right? And we're going to get to the bottom. We only got a half hour. Believe me, this is like a 5-day session if you were going to go deep into everything. Mm-hmm. So before we get started, everybody, I want to ask you to play along. I am going to put up a poll question. Literally click on the screen the answer for this poll question because we want to know who's here. I think we have an understanding, we have some thoughts about who's here, but I'm going to go ahead and put a poll question up for everybody to play along because we want to be able to gear the conversation towards who's in the audience, okay? So our very first question today is, How long have you been in the real estate business? Everybody, take a whack at this. Click on your screen. Don't put it in the chat. Click on the screen. All right. And I'll share the poll afterwards so you see everybody who's in here and who isn't. Okay. We're going to take about another 5 seconds. So if some people are scrambling, they're putting down their coffee, they're getting their warm slippers on. We were talking before the program that I got a flannel shirt on because it's 49 degrees here. And all of a sudden I'm a big wuss in Minnesota because it's 49 degrees. Yeah, that happens. All right, here we go. 3, 2, 1, and 0. I'm going to share the results. Look at this. 63, almost 64% of the people are, heck, I'm not even licensed yet. We've got hundreds of people in here who are sitting in licensing courses right now. This is awesome, right? 1 to 4 years, we got almost 21% of you. You're going to get something out of this today. I promise you are. 5 to 10 years, you're going to get a nugget. And then 10 years plus, I'd love to have you play along. And I think you're going to get a nugget or two from Julie today also. All right. So we're going to go quick. I'm going to go ahead and finish this poll. And we're going to go ahead and we're going to jump out full screen on everybody now. This ought to scare you. So let's do this. I got a question right off the bat, Julie.
Yes.
Why is a marketing plan essential to real estate professional success? Why do you have to have a marketing plan?
You really have to have a marketing plan because you want to position yourself in the marketplace to attract the clients that you want. The days are over, for those of you who've been in 10 years or longer, of throwing a dragnet over the city and see who you catch. People are looking for a specialist. And so depending upon what your background is and who you are, you will come up with some niches that you work with. So for those of you who've been in the business for a while, take a look at your favorite clients. How much are they like you? How did you get them as clients? Did you have a service that was particularly of interest to them? So the way that, when you message market people, if you are looking for first-time home buyers, the message that you send out to them is very different. It's regarding money and financing and credit and that sort of thing, as opposed to a luxury buyer where it's all about history of properties, architectural detail,
service,
concierge,
right? Yeah.
Right. So if you're sending a message out, the business you get is going to be a direct result of the message that you're sending out.
You've said a couple of things here. I'm just going to kind of unpack a little bit, Julie, because I know we got some really good stuff we want to get to about online marketing and spend and that kind of a thing. But I think what I heard you say is the days of being a generalist, I'm a realtor or I'm a licensed agent. That's great. But people kind of wash over that like, yeah, whatever. You're that doesn't really help me because I am looking for a home in a specific neighborhood.
That's right.
Or I'm looking for a property that's going to fit my lifestyle. And I don't know if you know my lifestyle. Or I need to be, I'm a first-time home buyer, and I don't know if you work with first-time home buyers. So the days of the generalist, like you said, you put the dragnet out, are maybe gone, unless you're going to spend ginormous amounts of money. I mean, you and I both are in a town where there's been an agent and a team that bought billboards all over town.
Right.
Thousands of dollars per month per billboard, no less than 20 billboards. And they rocked a marketing plan. Super expensive, correct?
Correct. Absolutely. Yeah.
And they didn't have to talk about niche. It was a shotgun approach. But understand, the more money you have, the wider you can go. The less money you have, specializing is kind of the best way to go, I think is what you're saying.
And even if you talk to the person with the billboards, we had him at a broker meeting and he's fascinating. He's so entrepreneurial. And we asked him, how much business do you get from those billboards? And he said, still, at least 60 to 70% we get from personal referrals. So isn't that interesting? But that's more of his institutional advertising. So, as you're marketing and positioning yourself in the marketplace, all we're doing is building referral sources. Always, we're building referral sources. So think about it. If Toby was a generalist, I would say you should call Toby. He's a great guy, right? But instead, help them give a reason to refer you and say, you should call Toby. He specializes in first-time home buyers, and I just heard that he had some first-time home buyer programs with down payment assistance. Then you get the referral. That's why you have to have a marketing plan.
Right. So the marketing plan is really about reaching people with your message. Who are you and what's your niche? Let's talk a little bit about niche because we do this almost every time to really understand the importance of having a niche, a specialty. Otherwise, you are a generalist. The days of the generalist are generally gone. Yeah. Dave the specialist. So how do I pick a niche? How do I know which niche I'm in? What should I mean, does it really become a part of who I am?
Yes.
So tell me about that. How does that work?
This is how you bring real estate into your lifestyle. So many times, for those of you who are new, you think you have to be a different person in real estate, right? But 70% of all your business is going to come from people you know, or people that know you that refer you. And so you have to figure out, where are you showing up? What is your background appropriate for a niche? So you take a look at your background. Where did you grow up? Have you lived in different parts of the country? Do you have a financial background? Do you have a design background? And then you identify what your work experience is, not a resume, but what skills did you pick up? If you were a food server, you have customer service skills at the very least, right? And then you take a look at your business philosophy. And your business philosophy is going to bring a lot of people in, depending upon who you are. That's the foundation for your business. And then you identify a few niches, 3 to 4. Go ahead.
So you identify 3 to 4.
Then you give them 4 reasons to call you. That's how you do it.
4 reasons to call you. And if I'm doing my niche thing, so like me, I think some people know, maybe not everybody, but in the summertime, I'm an avid cyclist, bicycle, right? Yep. So the mountain bike, road bike, I love bicycling. I ride with big groups. I'm on a bicycle race team. Is that my niche?
Yeah. That is a perfect niche, because you are going to attract people who are like you. And when you're doing social media posts and you are sending out information, it's going to have a bike theme. And your business is going to come from where you show up. So if you are a bicyclist, a motorcycle rider, you're going to attract people who are like you. So and most of your referrals are going to come from people you know. So where are you showing up, and how do you leverage that, letting people know? And when you're message marketing, if I send you information on crocheting in my message marketing, Toby, you're probably not going to respond. But if I send information letting everybody know about this great bike race, or if I have a house that is near some fantastic bike trails like the Loose Line or the Dakota Trail or something, I'm going to have your interest.
Got it. So the niche is, who are you? Who do you hang with? Where do you show up? Mm-hmm. Right? If it's church or the Rotary, if it's bicycling, if it's mountain climbing, if it's whatever it is, boating, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, it's whatever you are that you can talk to, and that's the easiest place to gather people and to be able to talk to them. My wife hates it sometimes when I go to a group, the dinner or something with her and other bicyclists, because all of a sudden we go off and talk all nerdy about bikes. But I love it. I look forward to being able to talk to somebody about it. So I could see that. All right. So have your niche, not one niche, find 4. And do I market them all at the same time, or because we're going to talk about marketing? Never.
Oh, so the way that people remember you is by repetition. So one of the things that we struggle with in real estate is we try to do everything every day, and we try to prospect every day. And if you have 4 niches, I'm going to do this for a couple of days, that for a couple of days, blah, blah, blah. You don't want to do that. Say, for example, if a niche was accountants, okay, or bicyclist, okay. Let's say we're going after Toby. I'm probably not going to market to Toby during the summer, because where's Toby? Toby's gone, right? And so what you do is, say, for example, if you have 4 niches, you have to identify the seasonality of every market. So what you'll do, instead of doing everything every month, you pick 3 months, because you have 4 niches, 3 months, and you totally saturate that market during that month, 3 times a year. So say, for example, if you were going to market to accountants, so maybe you have an industry thing, maybe you have a background in that. You're not going to be contacting them between January 1st and April 15th.
Next time, I'm busy. I don't look at anything else, right?
That's right. Or if you're specializing in a school district, And for families with school age children, don't bother until it gets a little bit closer to the end of the school year, because that's when they move.
So if you're not, so there's some people out there going, oh my gosh, how am I going to narrow it down? I do the book scrapping, I do all these different things. And we got other people who are like, I think I need to take up some hobbies. But the idea is everybody's got something you're passionate about. Start there. Start there and see if you can, the people you already know, because the key thing I think Julie said earlier to me is 70% of your business is going to come from referrals. That's a healthy business. That's people you already know, or people you're getting to know, or people who have a like-kind interest, which is your niche, right? So I think of my wife was very strong. My wife loves babies. Oh, she could talk baby talk with new moms all day long. And that was powerful, right? To be able to talk that and be a part of that and understand families and growing families and houses and, all that kind of stuff. So find your niche, work your niche. It's not the same message all year. Find that the seasonality to it so that you can spread your messaging out. So let me ask you this, though. We have experienced agents on here. There are several people on that have been in business more than 4 years. And what about them? What's the key to a kind of, because what you'll find out is when you start off, you're going to look for very inexpensive ways to get your message out, which is emailing and calling the people you already know, or going to postings that allow you to put a profile out on the internet for no cost or very, very little cost. But if I'm an experienced agent, right? All right, I got my niches. I know who I am. How do I take my game to the next level as an experienced agent with a marketing plan? Who, I really work people. I do this, I do that. But what would they be looking at? Just very quickly.
Okay, two things. One, just one step back on saturating the market. What I see with experienced agents too is if you're going to saturate the market, if like your market is first-time home buyers, maybe you're going to market that niche. All you do that month is hold open first-time home buyer houses, have a home buyer seminar. All your social media is going to be revolving around first-time home buyer interests. Okay. So that I just wanted to mention that because that makes it a little bit easier for people. The second thing for you experienced agents and for all of you in the class, this is something you can do now even before you are licensed. And that is leverage your business to business network. Is that where you were going with this one?
Yeah.
Okay, so here is what happens. We as real estate agents, we are natural born promoters. And so on a transaction, we hand out a minimum of 5 to 8 referrals to vendors. Okay, so say, for example, if it's a first-time home buyer, going back to that, you send a lead to a loan officer, or maybe a closer or an attorney, an inspector, maybe a landscaper, maybe a roofer. We hand out referrals all the time. And what I see is I don't see experienced agents in particular asking for anything in return. It's like
one-way street, right? I mean, I'm sending referrals, but what am I getting back?
That's right. And so you need to insist on something coming back. So you never have to worry about you not having enough referrals. Some people worry about that. You will always have to have referrals. They need to worry about making sure that you have referrals and so
super good point.
Yeah, if they don't, you replace them.
Yeah, well, there's the key, right? So I will admit, when I started, so I think everybody knows I have a real estate license. I'm a card carrying member, have been since 1991. And for the first 5 years, right, I was trying to build that team of people and I get these really good people and I would send them all out of business, mortgage originators, title companies, right, and contractors for fixing, repair, and landscapers and all this sort of stuff. I was afraid to ask for a referral back. Because I was like, wow, I think I'm new. And do I really know what I'm doing? And am I really good enough to get their referral? I'm just happy they answer the call when my clients call them. And I think what you're saying is, you know what? You need to believe in yourself. And you need to be working with people who are going to refer people back to you. If you're referring stuff out, you know what? If you're not getting a referral from a landscaper and you've been working with it for 2 years, maybe you work in a new landscaper and you find somebody who's going to come back, right? That's how you build your referral network, through your business partners, right?
Right. Your business to business referral is the quickest way, particularly for a new person to get business. And sometimes they'll say, like I had an inspector that said, you know, by the time I meet people, they've already bought a house. I'm like, Kevin, do you have any friends or relatives or neighbors? You know, they need to look for people to help you. And then for those of you positioning yourself in the marketplace, one of the things you can put in social media, emails, articles, that kind of thing is to say, I am looking for, say, for an example, a good loan officer or a good landscaper. Do you know anyone that you would recommend? Ooh. That's twofold. What that does is it says that for new people, I'm in real estate and I've got business and I am looking for a good person to refer my real estate clients to. And then you interview that person and see if they're worthy of your business. You find out if they're thinking about growing their business, what would be their ideal client. Here's my niche. This would be a perfect client for me. And you keep that communication going. And if they take and they don't give, you replace them. Super easy.
Super easy, right? And I think about it. I think of this team. So those veterans who've been in the business a while, you know, you got it. You got your list. You got your plumber. You got your electrician. You got your roofer, siding, fenestrations, which is a fancy way to say doors and windows, right? You've got landscaper. You've got, you know, you've got inspector, mortgage, title. You've got your list. And a great way to update and freshen your list is, like you said, posting social media. Hey, everybody, we are in the need of having an electrician for the, you know, with our real estate needs all the time. And so I'm looking for a good one. And you'd be surprised how many people will come back and actively engage in the fact that you're in real estate and you're looking for a pro. And that just cements in the mind. So speaking of that, we've got about 7 or 8 minutes left. I want to get into a kind of a little deeper topic that could be a whole day in itself, but I think a lot of people are looking for it. And it really has to do, we'll start with maybe online marketing. And because I can spend a lot of money in online marketing, like I could spend a lot of money on billboards or bus benches or all that kind of stuff. But let's do this twofold. One is, what's the fastest way to have an online presence and not spend a lot of money? What's the easiest way to do that?
Well, there's social media. There's LinkedIn for sure.
So
Facebook, and your professional profile. You want to have your professional profile everywhere. Your broker expects you to have one. Zillow, I think it truly is the same. Realtor.com, all these are free. Yes, they try to talk you into a premium membership. You don't need it. Any third-party site that will allow you to put on a professional profile.
Let me do this. I'm going to ask a poll question, everybody. So here's what we're talking about. You're going to be able to put out a professional profile on a third-party website for free or very low cost, right? So let me ask you guys, where do you go when you're looking for a professional? Everybody get to play along. Here's another poll question. I'd like to know. You can answer two questions. You can answer 2 answers here on this one. Look through these answers. So when you search for a professional for a specific need, where do you go personally? And I find that this differs a lot by age, and this differs somewhat by location, your geographic location. But where do you go when you need a specific professional for a specific need, right? You're looking for a professional for a specific need. All right, they're rolling in. Everybody, click, click, click. We got about 4 seconds left. Holy moly, look at this. This is awesome. All right. I think you're going to like this. I think you're going to like to see this result.
This is good.
Yeah. 3, 2, 1. Wow, this is kind of interesting. All right. Hopefully you can all see this. I think you can scroll down on your screen. If this is cut off on your screen, everybody, you should be able to grab the slider bar on the right. But look at this. LinkedIn, 14%. Facebook, almost 20%. Angie's, which I used to be, I think, Angie's List, and now they've changed to Angie's, 6.43. Google, top dog, right? 46%. Reddit, nobody yet. Reddit's interesting. It's coming strong, and it's a forum where the past history is viewable to everybody, which can be really strong as a referral from a past client or many clients. So very, very interesting. Twitter, 1. Look at that. Third point. Pinterest. Instagram's got a little play. TikTok, almost nothing. And YouTube, 5%, I believe, on YouTube. Look at that.
Wow.
All right. Yeah, this is really, really kind of interesting. And what you're going to find, I'm going to go ahead and finish this and close this, but what I think you're going to find, oh, hang on a second here. I got to do something. And how about that? We're back. So, and so the really interesting thing is Google seems to be the champ, but here's the thing. Google costs dough lots of times. If you don't have, I'd say content marketing, if people aren't coming and searching organically for you or what your expertise is, which maybe is where your niche comes in, you're going to end up spending money. And so I think what we could do is talk about where do we go to not spend money. And I think you hit on a couple like Zillow and LinkedIn, and there was a couple. So in real estate, there's some specific ones people go to. I got a really big one that people should know about. Realtor.com. Realtor.com now outdraws, from all of our resources that we've seen and we've been told, now outdraws Zillow as the number one search tool by consumers. And so, and as a licensed agent, you get a free profile on Realtor.com. You can set a free profile up so people are searching, they can actually find you. You can actually do your specialization and identify what your niche is. They even allow a spot that if you have designations, you can identify designations, which gets more to not the generalist, but the specialist, right?
Right.
Okay. And so, but what are we all looking to do when we're putting these online profiles out there? What are we really trying to get at through marketing? Again, Julie,
you're trying to get a phone call. You're trying to get noticed. You're trying to get the message out that so people know what your value is. One of the things that you need to keep in mind is as you are putting information on the internet, keep in mind that people are looking for houses. Not necessarily real estate agents, right? They may look at your profile after they see you attached to a property. So always keep it property focused, because we like to think they're looking for us, but they're not. They're looking for houses. They're looking
How
for
humbling
property.
is that?
They're looking for money, right?
How humbling is that? I mean, we talked a little bit before this, and that was an aha moment for me, which is, well, yeah, duh. I mean, I don't go looking for a real estate agent when I go online. I go looking for a house. Why would I think the regular public would be any different? And so that's hard, right? We get a lot of people, almost 50% of the people they're not even done with their licensing education yet. So how are they going to have a house to market? How does that?
Well, like, say, for example, you can always check with your broker and see if there's anything that you can market. You can do statistics on like Facebook or LinkedIn, for example, just to name a few, Instagram. If someone posts a house, even if it's like a luxury house in a different state, share that, because people think it's yours.
Which is illegal. You can't confuse people. But you're right. You can share a post by somebody else where it clearly states, "But wow, look at this fantastic property."
Right.
Anybody else want to find one of these local? Call me.
Right. You know? That's right. And when you're sharing a post like that, typically they come from, it's the MLS that post that you share. It does say their name on there, so you're not breaking any laws or anything. But there could be examples of, I'm looking for this kind of property, or just make it property focused. Whether it's statistics, whether it's information on properties, they will find you through properties much quicker.
Right. So I think what you just gave you all there is, focus on the property. We like to think it's about us. It's not really about us. It's about property, but that's okay because that's our specialty is we understand real estate, right? And if you're really good, you understand this particular type of real estate. If you're really good at crafting that message, you're finding all the places that you can put it out there for free, your profile, right? On LinkedIn, on Zillow, on Realtor.com, on all these places that are going to be, and look at this, we saw the results of this list of where do you go to find a professional? Well, I'll tell you what, maybe you look at some of those areas where nobody's going yet and get there ahead of the crowd. Maybe it's just
a good idea.
Maybe somebody just isn't doing it right yet for you to think about it or so there are opportunities out there for marketing the message, but the message should be, who are you? What are your interests that are going to lead to your niches and everything. I think, Julie, correct me if I'm wrong, but everything comes down to, right, getting a relationship or getting a comfort and a trust with somebody that you get the referral, you get the business, you get the lead to come in that somebody says, yeah, this person knows what they're doing. I think this looks like somebody I should be working with. I can at least talk the language. And
they will research you. They will Google you or however they decide to do it. And one thing, if you guys get a chance to look at that National Association of Realtors generational survey, keep in mind that all you're trying to do is attract their attention, and 76% of all consumers, buyers, and sellers only talk to one person.
What? So when they say shop around, yeah,
they don't. They don't want to do that. We like to think they want to talk to all of us. They don't.
If they call you or they reach out to you, you already got them.
You already got them. So that's why the message is important. There has to be something that's of interest. And what I always tell the students is, unless you shove them down the stairs when you meet them, you probably have the business, right?
You probably got the business. Julie, you are awesome. I know that this is a huge topic. We could go a lot longer, but I'm thinking we brought a couple golden nuggets for everybody. Everybody want to thank you for being here. Once again, if you missed anything, this video will be sent out within a week.